If I could make every single one of my dolls have bloody eyes, I think everyone would be happy in the world.
Welcome to Stuck in Vermont, brought to you by 7 Days. My name's Ava Solberger, and we are here in Burlington at the Lakeview Cemetery. And sitting next to me are 2 of Beth Robinson's Strange Dolls.
These are some of my strange dolls. We have bird people and bleeding girls and zombies.
100% handmade, one of a kind. Beth Robinson has been making these strange dolls since 2003.
People just started going crazy for them. They just started to love them and wanted to buy them. As soon as I sort of gave them a name and an identity and started the website, then it kind of went viral. Featured in all these different blogs. Spin magazine had me mentioned in there, and it just kind of was like this explosion of interest in what I was doing. So for the last 10 years, I've been pretty much trying to pursue my dream and building up collectors and people who really are into what I'm doing. The biggest surprises of having a studio in Burlington, Vermont are when someone that looks like my grandmother comes in and goes, "Oh my gosh, the Strange Dolls studio!" I've had a lot of people that do expect when they meet me or visit my studio that I'm going to be kind of, I don't know, maybe brooding, angry, or crying endlessly in the corner. I grew up in a religious kind of household. My dad was actually a Southern Baptist minister. I was like a punk rock kid and was listening to crazy music and dressing really weird. Demons and possession and the dangers of listening to the wrong music. You might be caught listening to a Prince song and you're going to hell. So it's like that threat, that danger of the dark side, I think, was kind of always there growing up. Maybe that's why I sort of like poking into it and I'm curious about it. I like to explore the dark side because it's dangerous and it's interesting and it's bad and you don't want to go there, but you really do want to go there. When I started making this kind of work, my parents were not surprised, but I think what they have been surprised about is just how well received my work has been. They're really proud of what I've done and they make an effort to tell me that all the time. I mean, even though they are an art form, dolls have like a familiarity to them. They can be your best friends. They can listen to all your troubles. They'll keep all your secrets. I think people have like a natural connection to dolls or objects like this, and they bring their stories to them. They are dolls, but I feel like they're what dolls really are. Because you know that like those pretty little Victorian dolls that are sitting on the shelf with their perfect ringlet curls, they're up to no good. You just know it. Barbies are the same way. She's driving around in her little pink van causing all manner of trouble when you're not looking. So I have the most diverse group of customers and collectors. One of them is in like arts academia, like they work for a museum, like a mom and a wife and an art collector. And then another person, she's from Thailand. She decided to build her house around strange dolls.
And for all you know, someone's having dinner with your dolls.
Very likely. They've slept with them before. I had to fix a doll that got broken because it got rolled over onto in the night.
Interesting.
Well, I'm pretty obsessed. Getting involved in doll making and starting Strange Dolls is kind of a blessing and a curse. I love making them. That's all I want to be doing. And when I'm not in my studio, I'm just like thinking about, what would be a great doll idea. The accident dolls, which are the girls with the bloody noses, were one of the first designs that I ever made. She represents Strange Dolls in a really important way because I've always tried to balance the line between sort of the beautiful and the horrific. I just love this sort of imagery of like this sort of fragile, innocent little girl. Something sort of tragic has happened and you can't help but wonder, like, what is the story? What is the accident? The bloody-eyed girls are sort of the same way, although they were sort of inspired by these crying Mary statues and different like religious pieces. The bird dolls were actually another one of those dolls that was like really, really early, one of those things that I really felt compelled to make. I feel like that imagery of sort of that bird-like person has sort of flitted throughout art history. It's a part of like our collective unconscious. They are alive. They are these people, these stoic, kind of Victorian, stuffy people.
It's a doll empire. I just realized that when you're a doll
I'm
army.
taking over! The hardest question that I get asked is where I come up with my ideas. Sometimes I will literally just be driving down the street and all of a sudden I'm just like, I'm gonna make this pink princess that's throwing up on herself. I can't wait to get back to my studio. And then sometimes, like I said, it's just sort of when I'm in like this meditative process of working with the materials. These larger sculptures and like the zombie doll too. I mean, she's just completely hand sculpted from epoxy sculpt onto a wire armature and then painted and distressed, and all the clothing is all hand sewn onto her as well. Like every single doll has its own different design of clothes. With the bird dolls in the aviary, I did so many of those bird dolls and I got exhausted by making hands. I was like, if I have to make one more finger, I just don't know what I'm gonna do. These dolls have to travel, you know, some of them travel to Japan and to Norway. And so over 10 years, I've picked materials that are really durable. My relationship with working with human hair, it's messy to work with and it's hard to work with. There have been several dolls that I've made over the years that incorporate teeth in them. If anyone wants to get rid of their teeth, I'm a willing recipient.
That's so cool. To see your teeth turned into art.
You can see some of Beth Robinson's work in the Art of Horror show at the S.P.A.C.E Gallery in Burlington through the end of October. And we will get stuck more with you again real soon.
Isn't that right, creatures? You strange dolls, you.
They say yes. See you later.
I think.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Well, that's child abuse right there. No one saw that. They occasionally get punched in the face, but you know, especially this one. But there she goes again. She's such a troublemaker. Now you know why she got punched in the face.
She's gonna have bloody eyes any second now.